5.
And where do you find money?
4.
Self-finance is a big thing.
3.
So friends are a source of money.
2.
Now don't go to a Chimbadzo type organization.
1. Skylions Studios, in collaboration with Shingi Media and Youth Envoy Magazine, presents the conversations that inspire, challenge, and shape the next generation of business leaders. I am Marvelous Chaparadza from Skylions Studios, and today I'm in conversation with Nigel MK Chanakira, one of Zimbabwe's first investment bankers. You are watching a Skylions Business Podcast.
Most of the youth want to run to a microfinance. That's even more expensive money. Are we together? So I call it the 5 F's. Finance that is self-obtained. Okay? Friends. Family. Okay? And then the formal financial institution. And then fools, anyone who's foolish enough to give you their money. Yeah, if you do that, then you're going to be successful. But you must know where to find them.
So not that we have the funding, we have the 5 F's, but then we have product that we're pushing to the customers. So how well do we market in terms of marketing strategies? What are the marketing strategies that we have that are easy for the young entrepreneurs or that are available to the young entrepreneurs?
You youngsters are very fortunate. I wish I was born your time, because you have social media, isn't it? All those platforms is virtually free marketing in a sense. So you can generate your own adverts. You can drive your own following for your products. And that's low cost way of penetrating the market. And they are all forms, isn't it? TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, or X as they call it now, and LinkedIn, you're offering professional services. All those are generally obtainable for free. But if you now want to comb the market and harness it, then you might be paying a token amount to begin with. These are still low cost compared to approaching an advertising and marketing agency, which, by the way, is not in itself a bad idea, because they themselves have the experience, they've got the know-how, and they can make your advertising and marketing experience, more pleasant.
Mm-hmm. This is interesting. Mm-hmm.
Okay, over to you, Mr. Mbaraj.
So, I was just looking at, I was trying to relate to the times that you lived in when there was no social media.
You can't even imagine it.
And you have started a business and you want it to be known out there.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just share some bit of experiences that you
So
that you had back then?
I knew that TV was powerful. I also knew the print media was powerful. But I didn't have the money to advertise on TV. So I volunteered myself for free to go on TV, produce a program that would be interesting to people called Making Money Make Sense. Yeah, so that's how I started. Then I wrote a column in the newspaper, the Financial Gazette, called Making Money Make Sense. And I would describe and discuss the equity market. And that within itself made us popular. I think by the time the national broadcaster started charging us, we had the proof of concept that people were listening to us. I had 30,000 people come out and queue outside our doors when Old Mutual and First Mutual demutualized. And that was the genesis of Kingdom Bank. So it was marketing, developing a brand in a very low cost way, because like yourselves, you are looking for content, right? As a media house, as a youth organization. And what have I provided you with today? Content. Now, when you advertise this, I don't know how many followers you have, but I would be curious to find out how many followers you have, which media channels you do. Are you publishing a magazine? And if you do that, guess what? And you bring high profile individuals, people are going to pay attention to what you're doing. That's advertising. And in a clever way, Marvelous, you didn't even, you asked me to come here, you're not even paying me. So that's a smart move on your part. Are we together? And so if you are able to do that, then you've got the entrepreneurial bug in you.
Well, thank you for sharing that experience. And do you think the content that you had for them making money makes sense would still be relevant in today's era? Because the challenge that we have amongst us, the younger generation, was that the, I don't know if I can call it, there's too much information and all over lying around TikTok. And the young people at this point, I would really say they're really distracted. And there isn't content that can help you get video, get the kind of content that would grow in entrepreneurial or get that entrepreneurial bug in you running.
So I think, Simba, you would really then have to research and sift and see what the entrepreneur is looking for, what the youth are looking for, the media channels that they are actually going to. So you've got to go where they are. And I'm told, for example, TikTok is huge, okay? Unlike LinkedIn, which is the more traditional stuff that we would do. So you got to see, what's your target market, and then tweak your product to be channeled through that particular media, and then research that media to see, for example, what is their attention span, the distractions that are there. There is just so much out there. And so what is appealing? All those are questions that you've got to research and be able to then come up with, what works. And then be flexible. Because what you think works today may not work tomorrow. So again, you got to be watching the matrix to determine what is the correct channel.
Okay. So, what are the biggest mistakes or pitfalls that a lot of young entrepreneurs fall into, or a lot of entrepreneurs in general fall into?
So I think cost of funding. If you're gonna get money from the 4Fs that I mentioned, at what cost? That's a huge, pitfall. What sort of business are you getting involved? What industry are you in? And there are high risk industries and low risk industries. So I think you got to choose your industry very, very carefully. And sometimes it might mean you begin with one industry that is low cost, and then you switch and pivot into another. And my start, as I made mention, I wanted to own a bank or own a couple of banks. And my start wasn't there. As you heard, I started elsewhere. I had a very successful business buying and selling, buying and panel beating and reselling motor vehicles. That was very profitable for me. But if you look today, how many garages there are, if you try to do that business, you could lose your shirt. And so you must, look around you, look at what's needed, experiment, copy, improve on your copies as young people. I think the world's your oyster. You're living in a good age. Something we think we were born when life was easier. But I say you are born at the right time. Do what you got to do now without excuses.
Okay. So, as young entrepreneurs, how would you approach the matter of sustainability and scalability in business?
Well, as I said, you start small. Never despise humble beginnings. You want to work in your local neighborhood, if possible. And then, diversify, scale up through systems and processes that allow you to scale up. I think half the time we want to scale when we've got no infrastructure or processes to sustain and support the bigger version of who we want to be.
Okay. So, I heard you said you come from a very Christian background. So, what's the role of Christianity or the role of prayer in business?
Well, for me, prayer speaks of faith. It teaches me faith. And what is entrepreneurship? The faith enterprise. So
faith.
Exactly. So as far as I am concerned, my Christian, beliefs are a bedrock of what I do. My faith or my Christianity also then speaks to the ethics that I'm going to conduct my business. I want to exercise fair practice. I want, for example, my word to be my bond. I want my contracts to be honored. All those principles, I derive from the word of God. And so for me, my faith has played a my belief system, even the name kingdom came from, Matthew 6, verse 33. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. And so, there it is.
Okay. So, Mr. Mkola, I think you have questions that you need to answer. What about you?
Well, I think we can spend the whole night tapping to the wealth catch of advice that Common Niger was really tried to, I think some of these things I would say they are needs amongst entrepreneurs, and we really needed someone who has walked the path before to just at least try and show us the way. And I believe that Common Niger has really done that for us today. I think I have no questions for that.
Okay. So, as an industry expert, I've heard you talked about running eight mentorship classes in 8 different countries
Mhm.
by just through one person. So,
I have a team behind me.
okay.
Yeah,
But it's still the Nigel Chanakira brand.
absolutely.
Okay. So, what training programs do you offer specifically for young entrepreneurs?
Well, we pick them up from youth. They must start off as knowing that they are unique. There is no one like Marvelous. There is no one like Simba. There is no one. You're not going to get another Nigel, MK Chanakira. We are all unique. So we kick off our mentorship programs with a program called I Am a Special Person, so that they take pride in who they are, their strengths, their weaknesses. There's no perfect individual. Only Jesus was perfect. So we come with our flaws, and some we can fix, and some are kind of part of our DNA. Take deliverance if you're going to get it out. Then we move on to, growing up is fun, achieving academic success. People must learn how to study well as young people so that they can pass their exams. Then we move on to a program called The Making of a Champion, so that as teenagers, they've got a championship mentality in them, ingrained in them in an ethical way, in a manner that they don't cheat. Then we move on to other programs for youth. Attitude is everything. We believe if you've got a positive mental attitude, then you are likely to succeed in life. We move on to other programs, effective personal productivity, so that you become a productive person. We go on to building financial success for financial literacy. Then we take youth through programs like Grand Masters of Success, so that you understand the concept of success and significance. And then we now put you on an accelerator program to develop your managerial competencies. And we take somebody through a program called the Dynamics of Successful Management. And then you hone in managerial competencies. We are producing an entrepreneur. We want him to be an effective supervisor. So the supervisory management are important. Then, of course, what's the lifeblood of any organization? Sales. You teach you how to sell, effective selling strategies, and you go through, competencies there. Then we escalate you now into true corporate leadership, which means you must be a motivator of people. So we take you through effective motivational management. And then you must be a developer of people. You've got to be replicating yourself, your services. So we go through effective development leadership so that you can equip, your teams. And then we go on to you now in the leadership role, effective personal leadership. You can't lead others before you learn to lead yourself. And so we take you through effective leadership. And then penultimately, strategy, effective strategic leadership. So I've given you a whole suite of products where if you gave me a Marvelous, I would say, yes, let's see your CV, do, a test. We've got some psychometric tests. We ask you your SWOT analysis of yourself, and then we see how we can develop you using the template of, the 10 personal entrepreneurial competencies. What's your appetite for risk? What's your appetite for goal setting and goal getting? Your appetite for following through? Your commitment to the work contract? Your commitment to quality? All these are what we call the attributes of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world. So we want to juxtapose you against that template and see how you fare. and then we plug the holes. If we can't plug the hole, then we also look at your team. And again, we've got a program called Effective Team Dynamics. And in that, we are saying, okay, play to your strengths. Marvelous. Where you are weak, we bring in Simba, and hopefully Simba can complement you. So together as a team, we go and achieve more.
Oh, okay. So I'm now interested in this coaching program. There's a lot that we're going to learn. So we'll give you a Marvelous, we'll give you a Simbarashi, we'll give you Youth and Boy magazine viewers and the viewers watching. So where can the viewers watching find more about your work?
Okay, so it's easy. Nigel MK Chanakira. You follow me on all media platforms. You just inbox me and I'll respond to you. Alternatively, you can go onto our global website, which is www.lmi-world.com. So Leadership Management International is the organization that you can also Google, and you will find us. Leadership Management International, or Success Motivation International, or Family Motivation International. If you do that, then you're going to find us. We're a global company, and we are top organization in the mentorship and personal leadership development field. You can't miss us. We are in over 90 countries, including Zimbabwe, where I am the master license.
Right, I think that's exhaustive. So to our viewers, you'll find the links in the description or in the video. So, Ms. Smash, do you have anything else to add?
Maybe just to take you back, manager. So you said all these trainings are also available online, and from wherever I am, I can tap into all that.
Absolutely. That's why we will scale. That's why we are aiming to put the products, world-class products, in the hands of Zimbabwe. And my target is 1 million clients to go through our program. And I'm sure you're curious and our viewers are curious. So see you in class. See you in class. We can accommodate you.
Push yourself first.
Thank you. That's good.
Okay. So we know you are a very busy man, and these gentlemen also have tight schedules. So we've come to the very end of this discussion. At this point, do you have anything else to add?
Just to say, as I always say, see you at the top, because the bottom is overcrowded. We only win when we all win. And I want you all to be winners. So come and be facilitated to achieve greater success. We are there to serve you.
Thank you for this opportunity.
God bless you all.
It's been a pleasure meeting you, sir.
Absolutely.
Right.
Thank you,
Welcome.
Marvelous. And thank
It has
you,
been a
Simba.
pleasure.